You've been lied to about discipline. You've been told it's about willpower, about forcing yourself, about gritting your teeth and pushing through the pain until you become a different person. So you try. You wake up early. You commit to the gym. You promise yourself this time will be different. And for a few days, it works. Then it collapses, and you blame yourself. You decide you're just not a disciplined person. But here's the truth nobody told you. Discipline was never about willpower. It's about brain chemistry. And once you understand how your brain actually works, you can stop fighting it and start using it. Let's start with the lie. Your brain is not designed to suffer for the future. It's designed to survive in the present. For most of human history, conserving energy was survival. The person who rested when they could and ate when they could lived longer than the one who burned themselves out chasing distant goals. So when you sit on the couch instead of working out, that's not weakness. That's 100,000 years of programming. Your brain is doing exactly what it evolved to do. The problem is that programming doesn't fit the modern world, and trying to overpower it with sheer willpower is like trying to hold your breath forever. Eventually, biology wins. So here's the shift. You don't beat your brain. You trick it. You make discipline feel like the easy choice, the rewarding choice, the choice your brain actually wants to make. And it starts with understanding one chemical, dopamine. Most people think dopamine is the pleasure chemical. It's not. Dopamine is the anticipation chemical. It doesn't spike when you get the reward. It spikes when your brain predicts a reward is coming. This is the key that unlocks everything. Because if dopamine drives your behavior, and dopamine is about anticipation, then the secret to discipline isn't forcing the action. It's teaching your brain to anticipate something good from the action. You have to make your brain expect a reward. Here's how. The first trick is called immediate association. Your brain struggles with discipline because the reward is too far away. You work out today, but you don't see results for months. Your brain can't connect the effort to a payoff that distant, so it loses interest. The solution is to give yourself a small, immediate reward right after the hard thing. Finish your workout, then have your favorite coffee. Complete your study session, then watch one episode of your show. You're not bribing yourself. You're building a neural bridge. Your brain starts linking the difficult action to the pleasant feeling that follows. And after enough repetitions, it begins to anticipate the reward the moment you start the task. The discipline starts to feel good before you even finish. The second trick is reducing the friction. Every action has a cost to start. Psychologists call it activation energy. The higher that cost, the less likely your brain is to begin. This is why you skip the gym when your clothes aren't ready, but you go when they're already laid out. It's not about motivation. It's about how many steps stand between you and the action. So you shrink those steps to almost nothing. Sleep in your workout clothes. Keep the book on your pillow. Put the healthy food at eye level and hide the junk in the back of the cabinet. You're not relying on willpower. You're designing an environment where the disciplined choice requires almost no effort to begin. Make the right thing easy, and your brain stops resisting it. The third trick is the 2-minute rule. Your brain resists big commitments because they feel threatening. Tell yourself you'll work out for an hour, and your brain panics at the size of it. So you lie to it in a useful way. You tell yourself you'll only do 2 minutes. Just put on your shoes and walk out the door. Just open the book and read 1 page. Just write 1 sentence. The genius here is that starting is the hardest part. Once you're in motion, a strange thing happens. Your brain shifts. The resistance fades. You almost always keep going past the 2 minutes, because the thing your brain feared was never the activity. It was beginning. Remove the fear of starting, and momentum does the rest. Now here's where it gets deeper. The fourth trick is identity. Most people try to change their behavior. The disciplined ones change their identity. There's a profound difference between saying I'm trying to run and saying I'm a runner. When an action becomes part of who you are, you no longer need willpower to do it. You do it because that's who you are, and your brain hates contradicting its own self-image. So every time you do the hard thing, you say to yourself, this is the kind of person I am. I'm someone who shows up. I'm someone who finishes. You're not just completing a task. You're casting a vote for the person you're becoming. And the more votes you cast, the more your brain defends that identity automatically. Discipline stops being something you force and becomes something you simply are. The fifth trick uses one of the most powerful forces in the brain: the fear of loss. Your brain is wired to feel losses about twice as strongly as gains. Losing $100 hurts more than finding $100 feels good. So you weaponize this. You create something to lose. Tell a friend you'll pay them $50 if you skip your workout. Track your streak on a calendar so that breaking it feels like destroying something you built. Make a public commitment so that quitting means embarrassment. Suddenly your brain isn't just chasing a distant reward. It's protecting itself from an immediate loss. And that fear is a far stronger motivator than any inspirational quote will ever be. But none of these tricks work if you ignore the foundation. And the foundation is this: your brain cannot be disciplined when it's depleted. Willpower is not infinite. It runs on glucose, on sleep, on rest. When you're exhausted, your prefrontal cortex, the part responsible for self-control, goes offline. This is why you make terrible choices at midnight that you'd never make in the morning. So if you're serious about discipline, you protect your energy like it's the resource it actually is. You sleep. You eat real food. You do the hardest thing when your willpower is highest, usually early in the day before the world has had a chance to drain you. Stop trying to be disciplined on empty. You wouldn't expect a phone at 1% to run all day. Your brain is no different. Here's the final shift, and it's the most important one. Stop waiting to feel motivated. Motivation is a feeling, and feelings are unreliable. They come and go with your mood, your sleep, the weather. If you wait to feel like doing the hard thing, you'll wait forever. The disciplined person doesn't feel more motivated than you. They've just stopped requiring motivation as a condition for action. They act first, and the motivation follows. Because here's what nobody tells you: motivation doesn't create action. Action creates motivation. You don't think your way into discipline. You behave your way into it, one small rigged choice at a time. So let's put it together. You give your brain immediate rewards, so it learns to anticipate something good. You reduce the friction, so starting takes almost no effort. You use the 2-minute rule to defeat the fear of beginning. You build an identity so the behavior becomes who you are. You create something to lose, so your brain fights to protect it. You guard your energy so willpower has fuel to burn. And you act before you feel ready, because motivation is the result, not the cause. You were never lazy. You were never broken. You were just fighting your brain instead of working with it. Discipline was never a battle of willpower. It was always a game of design. And now you know the rules. So the only question left is this: what's the first small rigged choice you're going to make today? If this shifted something in how you think, subscribe. We break down the psychology that actually changes how you live. Drop a comment and tell us which trick you're trying first. We read every single one.